Alright, what is up? Welcome to 15 minutes of stretching. We'll be down on the mat the entire time. So all you'll need is a mat, some place to stretch out, and we will get started in about 10 seconds. Alright, welcome. Let's start cross-legged. Actually, let's start in a butterfly stretch. So, place the bottoms of your feet together, knees kind of wide, hands could be around the ankles or maybe grabbing onto the tops of your feet. Sit up nice and tall, and then slowly hinge forward at the hips. Retract your shoulder blades, keep great posture, nice and straight. And just slightly hinge over at the hips. Let me show you from the side view. My hips are very stiff, so I won't get much hinge action here. So sit up nice and straight, just hinge forward at the hips, maybe grab onto your toes. Try and keep that nice straight posture. I'm just going a few centimeters forward, hinging at the hips. On each exhale, try and hinge a little bit further into it. And then when you can't hinge anymore, you can round your back and just hang for a few breaths. Stretching is so good, I advise you to do it every day. And your next exhale, slowly stack your spine back up to that nice straight posture. And let's do some hamstring stretches. So from that butterfly position, let's extend the right leg out long. Left foot goes on the inside of the right thigh. Raise your arms up to the sky, twist over to your right, and then slightly or slowly hinge at the hips once again, hinging forward, grabbing somewhere on your leg, gently pulling forward, keeping that good posture again. Forward, forward, forward. Great job. Slowly stack your spine, come back up to sitting nice and tall. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So left leg out long, sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms up to the sky, twist over to the left as you hinge forward. On each exhale, hinge a little bit more, keeping that flat back, straight posture. And then if you can't hinge anymore, you can always round your back and grab somewhere along your leg. Great job. Let's slowly roll, stack our spine back up to sitting. And let's flip over to hands and knees and get into some lower back, mid-back work. We'll start with some cat and cow movements. Inhale, drop the stomach, arch the back for the for the cow as you look up towards the corners of your room. Exhale, push the mat away for the cat, round your back. Inhale, drop your stomach, arch your back for the cow. Let's go for another cat pose here. Push the mat away, round your back. One more of each. Inhale, drop your stomach for the cow. And then exhale, push the mat away for the cat. Great job. So let's come to kneeling. And let's take the left foot on the mat, extend it out, turn out your left leg so your left foot, your left heel is in line with your right knee. Sit up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, lean forward, hinge forward at the hips, keeping that good posture. Let your hands fall to the mat or to the floor. And lower your torso by slightly bending your elbows. So you should feel this in your hips, your inner thighs. Keep on bending your elbows to get deeper and deeper into that stretch. Let's take one more deep breath in. And then on the exhale, gently push up back off the mat. Come to standing, or not standing, kneeling. Nice straight posture. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So take your right leg out, turn it out so your right heel is in line with your left knee. And then slowly lower your hands to the mat. And once your hands are to the mat, if you feel like you have more, go ahead and bend your elbows to lower your torso to the mat, keeping that flat back, hinging at the hips. You should feel this again in your inner thigh, your hip. Great job. On your next exhale, slowly push yourself back up. Come back to kneeling. Next, we'll get into quad stretch, foot stretch, then a quad stretch. So this one's kind of intense for me. If it's too intense for you, just come off of it. First, we'll be stretching out the bottoms of our feet. So come up to kneeling again. Nice tall posture. Curl your toes under, and then we'll slowly sit back onto our feet, onto our heels, onto our toes, stretching out the bottoms of your feet. Take some nice deep breaths here. If this is too much, just come off your feet, and then when you're ready, come back on again. Great job. All right, on your next exhale, come back up to kneeling. Curl your toes back under so the tops of your feet are now on the mat behind you. We'll do a quad stretch. We'll walk back slowly. So walk your hands back onto your quads and then continue on back, maybe placing your hands behind you. And then maybe bending your elbows, lowering yourself to the mat, stretching out your quads, looking up towards the sky. My left quad is so tight that my left leg is actually coming off the mat. Nice deep breath in here, and then on the exhale, push yourself back up to kneeling. Let's come forward to a high cobra. So back to all fours, walk your hands forward a little bit and let your pelvis fall towards the mat, looking up at the corners of your room. Press the mat away, stretching out your abs, your core muscles. All right, and from there, let's shift our weight back into a child's pose. Maybe on the way back, widen your knees so they're as wide as the mat. Child's pose. Push your weight back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out nice and long. As you push back, stretch forward. All right, on the next exhale, let's come to puppy dog stretch. So lower your forearms to the mat, drop your stomach to the mat, lift your hips up. Puppy dog stretch. Great job. On the next exhale, let's come back to all fours, kneeling. And from here, let's roll onto our back. Roll onto your back, stretch your arms and legs out in both directions. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist, pull your right hand over to your left as you stretch out the right side of your body, and then maybe have your legs also go to the left, so you're kind of making like a banana shape with your entire body. Try and get that right elbow down to the mat as far as possible to increase the stretch. All right, let's come back to center. Take your right hand, grab your left wrist, and gently pull over to the right as you also move your legs over to the right, making that banana shape, stretching out the left side of your body. Try and get that left elbow down to the mat. Keep your left hip on the mat. All right, let's come back to center. Let's slowly bring our knees into our chest. So however that works for you, just bring your knees into your chest. We'll either do happy baby here, so grab onto your ankles if that feels good, or straddle pose where you grab onto your knees. Separate your legs a little bit wider than normal. Gently pull with your hands. And then rock back and forth, side to side. And while you do that, you can turn your head left and right. Let's get a few more rocks in before we move on. Great job. All right, so let's try and target the piriformis as we end. So come up to a seated position. Let's see here. All right, so from a seated position, take your left hand, grab your right ankle, and then rock over to the right a little bit. Lean back on your forearm and just rock on your butt. Maybe straighten your leg, maybe bend your leg. Just kind of play around with it. You should kind of feel a stretch on your piriformis, which is kind of on the side of your butt. Let's do the same thing with the other side. Let me just flip around. So right hand grabs the left ankle and then kind of rock over to the left as you shift your weight to your forearm and then use your forearm to push off, kind of massaging the piriformis. Great job. Let's come back to sitting cross-legged. We'll take a nice deep breath in and let it all go. Thank you so much. That was 15 minutes of stretching. If you liked the video, please subscribe. We are live every Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more mobile, and have a great rest of the day. Thank you.